today, and we're going to be doing a comparison video between the Ruger American Predator and the new Ruger American Gen 2. If you guys have been a follower of my channel, you know that I recently picked up one of the Ruger Gen 2s, and I wanted to take it and actually show you guys some of the similarities, some of the differences between the original Predator, the American Predator, and the Gen 2. Before we get started, guys, I would appreciate it if you would give the video a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below and share the video as well. It kind of helps the channel grow. We've been in a little bit of a growth spurt lately, and I would appreciate you guys helping me to continue to grow. I've got both of the guns sitting on the table here in front of us, and I wanted to take just a minute to talk about some of the similarities and some of the differences between them. Of course, the original Predator, both of these rifles are chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, and the original Predator, the one complaint that everyone had was the stock. Okay, that was the one thing that everyone was in agreement on, that the stock is very flimsy. So that's the first thing that I wanted to look at. Of course, with the original Predator, you can see that it is just plain Jane green stock. And of course, on the newer one, you can see some of the upgrades that they have done. The stock is a little bit stiffer, but depending on what your thoughts are on these stocks, some folks would buy a gun like this and put their own stock on it as well. Some of the similarities also include the weight. They are very similar in weight. This is approximately 6.6 pounds out of the box, where the new one is about 6.5 pounds out of the box. We have a 22-inch barrel compared to a 20-inch barrel, so that of course will affect some of that out-of-the-box weight. We also have on the Gen 2, as you'd seen in other videos that I've done, go back and check those out, guys. We do have some fluting on the barrel, as well as a factory installed muzzle brake. On the original Predator, there's no fluting, and of course we just had a thread protector on that rifle. Some of the other features on these guns, the way that I have them set up, of course, they both have slings. What good is a rifle without a sling? A sling to a rifle is like a holster to a pistol. On my American Predator, I have got a Vortex crossfire scope, and then on my Gen 2, I have an Arkin Optics Gen 2 SHJ4. You guys can go back and check that out. Very good scopes, although I will say I believe that the Arkin has a lot better clarity than the Vortex. That's just my personal opinion. Both are great guns. Some of the other features, the safeties on them. The original Predator, you have just a 2-position safety that basically all it does is lock your trigger. Okay, on the Gen 2, you have a 3-position, and what that 3rd position does when you are all the way down is it keeps that bolt from coming up. That was a complaint that some of them had with the original Predators when they were going through the woods. I don't understand that myself, but that was a complaint that some folks did have with these rifles. For me, that's not been an issue, but that's just my personal preference and the way that I use my guns. Both guns are very accurate. Even in the original Predator, the way that this rifle is, that is one common theme that everyone has said goes along with this gun, is that it is accurate. Even though it has that flimsy stock, the gun is accurate, and I don't expect anything less in the newer generation gun. A lot of similarities, very few differences. But what we're going to do now, just to show you, I'm going to simply take each of these rifles, I'm going to put it up in my bog pod, and we're going to do just a little bit of shooting with them, because you know we're out here at the range. The weather's not too bad. There is a little bit of a crosswind blowing, and of course I'm making excuses already, but we're just going to be doing a standing position from my bog pod just to do a little bit of shooting out here with both of these rifles and show you what we get. First up is my Predator. We are 100 yards from our target, so we're going to load up now and just see if we can ring some steel. You'll notice how with this cheek rest, this is one of the complaints as well, you don't really get as high on this as you should to get the proper alignment with your scope. You know, almost doing more of a chin well. There's pads and things like that that you guys can put on these that will kind of help, but the newer one, you do get that additional cheek well. So here we go. Impact on that first one. Let's let the target stop swinging. Now there's a reason that I load just 3 rounds in the magazine for this one when I'm shooting it, and you're about to see why. You can see the magazine is fully inserted, it clicked in, but watch what happens. You can see there, I stopped. The reason for that is, for whatever reason, this style magazine, Ruger knows that there's an issue, and that's one of the reasons why they moved away from it, in my opinion. As far as if you have just 3, I've just taken 1 out, and I'm going to put it in place. Now that I'm loaded down to just 3, it chambers it no problem. So now I'm going to take that 4th round, put it back in this same magazine, and put it back in the gun. So here we go. We're just going to finish off this mag. It functioned flawlessly. It's just that hiccup, for whatever reason, when you put 4 rounds in one of these magazines, you know, that's when you seem to have an issue. Other than that, the gun functions fine. Next up is the Gen 2. I'm going to put a few rounds through it, and then we're going to talk about the shooting experience as far as how these guns feel when you shoot them. So here we go. Guys, we're back inside now. Both of these guns have been cleared for all you safety Sallies out there. And you can kind of see how the shooting was, the performance was on each of these rifles. The weather just got a little nasty out there. The wind started getting even worse, and I ran out of ammo, so just decided to come back inside here. The Predator is a great gun. I love shooting this gun. It's very accurate. Some of the changes that they made with the new Gen 2s, I believe, were great, I think, for what they're doing with their rifles. And again, guys, these are what most people would consider a budget rifle, an entry-level rifle or something like that. But don't let that fool you, because these guns are very accurate. I mean, just simply do any kind of a search for long-range shooting with these firearms, and you're going to see that the American Predator series, the Ruger American series, they're very accurate. That's one thing that nobody hardly on the internet will argue against. Yes, the stocks, they are what they are. I do think that they stepped it up a little bit on the Gen 2s, and they have improved them. The new magazine style, I think, is an improvement as well. As far as shooting it, there is a little bit more of a percussion coming back at you from that muzzle brake, which no big deal. You know, that's just something that I did notice. The triggers on these are pretty much the same. You know, they're from 3 to 6 pounds adjustable, and you can set them for whatever you want. Now, my Predator, the action on it is slightly smoother, and the reason for that is there's more rounds through this gun. Okay, this is a new gun. This one does not have that big round count through it yet. So that action is not as slick, but it's there again, guys. It is extremely close. If I was to put a blindfold on and try to run these actions, it would be difficult to tell which is which. But I can tell just a slight difference with the Predator, but again, it's because of the round count that's through it. Side note is the scopes, how they performed. Arkin Optics, if you guys have seen some of my videos, you will know that Arkin sent me this scope, and this scope is a great scope. I really love this scope. The clarity of it between the Arkin and the Vortex, at least the Crossfire, there is difference. I think that the Arkin does have a little bit better clarity. Of course, it does have a larger tube and that sort of thing, and it makes a great addition for this gun. The cheek well, the cheek rest, yes, definitely an improvement, much better. The safety, that's everybody's opinion. Some people like the fact that you can lock that action to where it doesn't come open. I've not had that problem on my Predator. That's just me. I'm sure that, you know, there may be some people out there that do. If I was in the market for one of these guns now, which one would I get? I think that would depend on what I was going to do with it. I think that they're very similar as far as the way the actions are and the performance of them, but I would have to say probably the Gen 2, just because of some of the additional upgrades. Not saying that the first generation, the Predator, is bad. It's just the money that you're going to invest in upgrading the Predator, you can buy the Gen 2. You know, that's just the difference, and you can have a little bit better stock compared to what is on the Predator. Doesn't mean I'm getting rid of this gun. No, I love this gun. It's a great gun, very fun to shoot, and it may be one that in the future that I do replace the stock on. Yes, the stock is flimsy, a little bit better on this one. Some people may still not like it. The recoil pad, it has a little bit more of a pronounced recoil pad on the Gen 2. Functions very well. The recoil on these there, again, at 6.5 Creedmoor, it's not very much in my opinion. It's not bad compared to a lot of other calibers out there. Fun guns to shoot. I enjoy it. I'm glad to have both of them. I plan to keep both of them. I plan to shoot both of them. That's just what I do. Sometimes I want to shoot one, next day I want to shoot the other. But guys, hope you liked the video. I'd appreciate it again if you would share the video. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Be sure to leave me a comment down below. Which of the two do you like? What's your favorite caliber? You know, just leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Subscribe. Check out the links down in the description below. And we'll see you next time.